Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Doctor. We're from Group 12 BBC and we're in charge of case study number 2. Let's start off our presentation. The hospitality industry has become one of the successful industry as a choice for many individuals to generate passive income. Resort and hotels are an example of accommodation in this industry. However, this industry has become very fierce. One of the biggest challenges for the hospitality industry is the high level of competition due to many choices customers now have in choosing places to stay. It is very important for business owners to stay innovative as time changes in order to constantly attract customers. Through the investment of technology, customers are now able to check hotel ratings from Google ratings and other websites such as Trivago, used from their phones, laptops, and etc. Hotels are introducing many unique services and products to satisfy customer and their expectations. Hospitality and hotel industry are examples of the service industry. Their main goal is to have high customer satisfaction in order to win customers' loyalty. It is crucial for them to offer outstanding service and quality, and it is also their way to stay relevant in the competitive industry. One way to meet customer satisfaction is through the investment of human resource, such as having a well-trained staff. Furthermore, the productivity of a hotel can also be examined depending on the suppliers. Thus, it is necessary for hotel owners and its management to choose their hotel supply carefully. Suppliers play a big role in the success of a business. It is indeed very difficult to find reliable suppliers.
Hello everyone, my name is Afni and I'm going to proceed the presentation into the next introduction. As I already mentioned in this slide, supply chain management will help to consider any kind of facilities usage that have an impact on cost and also play a role in making product according to the customer's needs, both from the suppliers, manufacturing facilities, through the warehouses and also the distribution centers to the retailers and also the last stores. In some supply chain analysis, suppliers and customers need to be taken into account because they will have an impact on the supply chain performance. The purpose of the supply chain, supply chain management is to be effective and cost minimized throughout the entire system, which include the total cost. The distribution into the inventory of the raw materials, internal processes and goods, and also the finished good, and must be minimized. Therefore, the cost emphasis can be done by the system approach to the supply chain management process.
Answering the first question, we believe that the 4 intrinsic characteristics are the best one to base the relationship performance measure for Donnel Truong ventures. Firstly, Donnel needs to look at the existing and potential suppliers on what they have to offer for his business, which then could increase customers' total experience. Choosing and agreeing to a supplier that is reliable is not easy. There are a few factors that needs to be considered when picking a hospitality supplier. The first one being give impact to end users. It is vital for Donnel to pick a supplier that can give his business good results and align with his venture's target customer and aim. Thus, Donnel needs to pick a supplier who can supply the ventures with products and services that cater to the type of guests who frequently visit his hotel or casino.
In terms of quality, the industry needs to pick the suppliers that offers a wide variety of product and also services to meet the needs of the various hospitality businesses. Considering the quality of the product and services offered by the supplier will define a better investment in costly item than the cheaper product that do not perform well at the end of the day. So we need to ensure whether the supplier's goods and services is of an acceptable quality or not, and we have to monitor and also control the consistency of the quality is remain the same each period. For the remain meeting, suppliers are expected to be able and willing to provide extra products and services when needed, and as hotel and casinos will be very busy during the holiday and also the peak season. Next, in the hotel industry, the trust words can simply means the believability, meaning that the condition where the industry will fully believe to their suppliers to meet the industry needs fulfillment. The trust will become the bottom line for the suppliers and also the hotel industry to build an innovative problem solving. Thus, with the presence of trust in the supplier relationship, both parties will find a greater solution to every issues that will emerge and it will be solved effectively. One thing that needs to be highlighted in terms of supplier relationship is to try to manage the consistency and intense relation, not only for the business purpose, but it's also more to the personal connection. Therefore, long-term relationship then can be built. And for the commitment, if the industry have a high level of commitment between each others, they must be trust and also transparent with one another. It will be very helpful to overcome the greater demand from the customers and also product diversity from the customers. Likewise, the commitment that will establish regardless the changing condition and also the customer demands that will be faced by the businesses, the suppliers will help to fulfill that the any kind of product specification by the industry, and also it will have the
Adaptation. In certain situations, the company will encounter a problem that requires quick solutions or changes to the company's strategy in a short period of time. Donnel Truong would want to consider adapting to conditions in a particular environment in order to increase the sales of his business, to reduce costs, improve relations with existing partnership companies and suppliers, and meet the expectation of the customers at the end of the value chain. In correlation with the previous characteristic, which is trust, if there is a high level of trust and a small portion of antagonism, both party, which is the company and the supplier, will consider worthwhile time and effort of adaptation. Adaptation can cause relationships from both entities to become more reliant on one another. Personal relationship. Having excellent suppliers means getting the best of the both worlds, which means that it can improve the service Donald's offers and the business efficiency. A good relationship with supplier will allow Donald to be able to exchange and offer new ideas and perspective and help him to attract many customers as well as partnership. If Donald has a good relationship with his suppliers, they will prioritize him and ensure that he will receive a high quality of goods and services ahead of time, as well as to reduce delays and availability problems. In correlation to this, Donald is able to deliver his goods and services on time, thus it can make customers feel that their money is well spent.
Hello everyone, my name is Epifania Adita and we're going to talking about number 2. So question number 2 is, since Donnel Truong Ventures is developing a certification for complementary suppliers, should they use the same metrics that they use for direct suppliers? Explain why or why not. Next. This one is our performance metrics. We developed 10 performance metrics that you can see in the table. We decided that the performance metrics for the complementary and for the direct suppliers of Donnel Truong supposed to be the same. And our performance metrics are financial performance, flexibility, customer service responsiveness, reliability, company-supply relationship, regulatory compliance, quality management, inventory management, and customer satisfaction. These metrics is supposed to ensure the fairness of certification process for both of the suppliers. This is also help Donnel Truong to assess, compare, and evaluate both of the suppliers more objectively and accurately. And since the metrics is the same, it makes Donnel Truong easier to make the basic requirements that need to be fulfilled by both of the suppliers. This one is the breakdown of our performance metrics. The first metric is financial performance that assess all of the cost and the revenue. And this is suitable for the direct suppliers, but not for the complementary suppliers, because the result of this measurement will be used to improve the company strategy and calculate all of the costs that are related to the product. And the measurement are ROI, all of the cost and profit. And the second metric is flexibility that assess the adaptability of the suppliers regarding to the changes in demand and needs of the customers. And this is suitable for both complementary and direct suppliers, but the measurements will be different because these complementary suppliers will measure the service flexibility and the direct suppliers will measure the production flexibility. The third one is customer service, that is going to guarantee the customer experience towards the good rate of customer satisfaction. And this matrix is only for the complementary suppliers, since this matrix will help to develop the service improvement that based on the customer feedback. And the measurements are customer loyalty and relationship, the range and capacity of services, also the rate of satisfaction. And then the fourth one is responsiveness, or the ability to respond toward the changes in demand in the market and from the customers in the right time and at the right location. And this matrix is suitable for both complementary suppliers and the direct suppliers. And the measurements will be similar, that related to the lead and service time for both suppliers. The next one is reliability, that related to the supplier's accuracy to their consistent performance. And this could help Donnel Truong to ensure the trustworthiness and the dependability of their suppliers. And this metric is suitable for both complementary and the direct suppliers. And we're going to use general measurement for both suppliers, also specific measurements such as service delivery, order lead time, on-time delivery, and accurate service, as well as information for the complementary suppliers. And for the direct suppliers, the specific measurements are perfect order fulfillment, fill rates, and the delivery performance.
Hello everyone, my name is Alfi and I'm going to continue the explanation for the performance metrics. The first one is quality management. In today's competitive environment, delivering high quality management is the key for a sustainable competitive advantage. In this case, Donnel Truong have to make sure that they have provided the best quality of products and services offered to their customers, have minimum probability appear to risk and product defects. The metric is suitable to be applied for both complementary suppliers and direct suppliers. The general measurements are first is ratings given by the customers. The second one is monitoring the social media to see the feedback and reviews from the customers. The third one is rater, especially for the service suppliers. And the last one is number of defects found, especially for direct suppliers that provides products. One is supplier relationship. To scale up the business, a good supply chain performance requires a good, solid supplier relationship, shared understanding, and business collaboration with the suppliers. The relationship between Donnel Truong Ventures and their suppliers need metric to manage their relationship performance to achieve their goals. This metric is suitable both for complementary suppliers and direct suppliers. The general measurements are effectiveness communication system, cost transparency, service quality, and etc. One is regulatory compliance. Regulatory compliance is an organization's adherence to law, regulations, guidelines, and specifications relevant to its business process. Violations of regulatory compliance often result in legal punishment, including federal fines. Some general measurements are the quality of goods and services, following the standards of quality management system, thinking the employees' welfare by giving reasonable wages and working hours, and etc. Next one is the customer satisfaction. Performance metrics to measure the outcome felt by the customers that have experienced a company's performance that have fulfilled their expectations. Customer satisfaction has a beneficial impact on the profitability of a company as it leads to purchase intention, customer loyalty, and positive word of mouth. For example, the general measurement is consumption experience felt by the customers on the products and services. The price is worth to the quality of the products and services given. Expectation of the consumers towards the services of and products is fulfilled, and etc. Inventory management. As inventory is one of the most valuable items in the supply chain management, performance metrics that coordinate and control the flow of production, product storage, cycle time of the products as effectively and efficiently as possible between the point of production and the point of consumption to satisfy the consumer needs. Some general measurement to the inventory management is product cycle time, inventory turnover, average days taken to the sell inventory, and etc. But inventory management is only suitable for the direct supplier that focusing on the products.
Hello everyone, this is Nushad Tahami. I'll be explaining question number 3. List and defend any other metrics you think should be used for this certification. In this slide, I'll be talking about any other metrics that I think should be used for the certification of complementary suppliers. Additional performance metrics that should be used for this certification is standard qualification. So performance matrix that is related to the minimal qualification of the suppliers to align with the goals of the company is known as standard qualification. Establishment of standard qualification can be done based on the performance of the suppliers using the key performance indicators or KPI. The standard KPIs mentioned are quality, delivery, risk, cost, customer service, and so on. In addition to that, innovation, continuous improvement, service customization, information technology, and reputation of the supplier can be very helpful. Using all the KPIs mentioned above, we can set a standard qualification for the suppliers so that minimal qualification is met by the suppliers, which will align with the goals of the company and serving the customers in a better way. So the outcomes of using all the KPIs mentioned above and the standard qualification is evaluation based on a wider range of categories. We can evaluate the suppliers based on 10 or more different KPIs, which will be very helpful for us. It will provide us an extensive information. The effectiveness in achieving the goals will become much higher as we are selecting the suppliers based on more than 10 KPIs. Better and high quality service for the customers. Better and high quality service can be achieved as we are doing extensive research and selecting the supplier, the correct supplier. The pros and cons of investing in a certain or specific supplier will be known beforehand, and using all the things above, we can increase the profit of the. In this slide, I'll be talking about the additional KPIs I've mentioned in my previous slide. The first one is innovation. The KPI that is related to the supplier's ability to innovate its services and achieve desired results for the company is known as innovation. So general measurements are progress made compared to the starting point, to current situation, ideas presented, successful ideas and implementation, and the success rate between successful ideas and implementation. The next one is continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is basically the KPI that is related to the improvements which are made from time to time in several sectors. For instance, supplier partnership initiative, cost reduction targets, cost reduction recommendations submitted by the supplier, and so on. So the general measurements are the type and number of suggestions received, ideas implemented, cost savings produced. The third one is service customization. The KPI that is related to suppliers' level of customer involvement and the amount of customization offered to the customers for their unique experience is known as service customization. The measurements through which we can measure them are customer reviews, variety of services, length of customization. In this slide, I'll be talking about the rest two KPIs, which are information technology and reputation. The first one is information technology. The KPI that is related to suppliers' IT department through which information can be obtained regarding the customer's overall experience is known as information technology KPI. So the measurements through which we can measure them are information sharing, IT support, investment to support integration, and so on. Reputation. The KPI that is related to the reputation of the supplier to the customers they have served before is known as reputation. The measurements through which we can measure them are customer satisfaction surveys, volume of customer testimonials shared on social media, comparison of sales against their competitors, ratio of good to bad reviews against their competitors. Overall, if Donnel Truong's business flourishes, so will the suppliers. Both the parties can have long-term benefits for their business. Some activities such as purchasing and outsourcing are two significant points that help companies improve relationship between suppliers and distributors. In conclusion, these intrinsic characteristics that Donnel Truong and his team considered for the purpose of supplying raw materials, including services for his resort, are the best ones to base relationship performance measures in order to increase productivity and service quality. Because of this intrinsic characteristic, it enables Donnel Truong to pick the right and perfect complementary supplier. Donnel Truong can use the same metrics for the complementary suppliers as used for the direct suppliers, except the financial performance metrics, inventory management metrics, and customer service metrics. There's another matrix which can maximize the results of the measurement for the performance of the complementary suppliers, that is standard qualification, which includes additional KPIs. that's all from us. Thank you so much.